Due to the age of the part, the Citizen Brick Drive jacket has become a very highly sought after part. It was in a limited quantity and it was hard to get. Luckily for new collectors, this year Citizen Brick did release a brand new version of this part as a full figure now for Black Friday, so you can get it for retail. Just quick getting a look at this. It's in the normal red carded figure, the driving enthusiast. On the back, some fun write-ups about the company. This is bought from citizenbrick.com. It is pad printed just like Lego on official Lego. So if you're looking to get a Drive minifigure in your collection, this is pretty much as close as you can get to official Lego. With that being said, let's get this out of the packaging and onto the stand. And here is Ryan Gosling as the driver. And really the standout is obviously going to be the torso here, featuring a lot of great little detailing. The arms have that cross sort of pattern, and the print for that is somewhat gold, but mostly like a tan. And getting to the back is kind of that standout part, being the classic scorpion for this character. The gold here has a very nice shine to it, and that is going to be something that stands out for this version compared to the first one. The arms, again, featuring just really great detailing, very clean on this new torso here. The cuffs have a little bit of black even that kind of curves over to show that the cinch on the end of the sleeve is a bit different than the jacket. Comes with an accessory being this old style Lego hammer, which isn't my preferred option for the character in the movie, just because the hammer doesn't really look like this. But it's great to get an accessory other than just the figure, so can't complain too much there. More is better. Getting to the legs, it does feature a really nice printing there. They probably could have just left the legs unprinted and it wouldn't have been a big deal, but nice extra detail there, which is appreciated. One thing I'll say is I don't think this face is the perfect option for this figure. Honestly, I feel like it's a little too expressive. In the movie, he pretty much just has a blank expression and just doesn't really fit here. And this lighter hair also isn't the perfect choice for me for the character. Since the original version was just the torso, I had to kind of fig barf one together myself. The head I used from my Citizen Brick collection was the Kurt Cobain head here, which isn't perfect, but there's another option that I found, and that's the Luke Skywalker head here. I think the eyebrows match very well for the character, and then also just the chin is good, plus the hair. This one, too light. I do think this dark tan version just works better for the character, so that's another option there. And you can see on this version of the figure, it's not a perfect match. The front of the torso is pretty close, but you can see that the line is thinner there compared to this one. This one has a bit more of zipper detailing, where it's more subtle there. Really, the only other difference is the collar. This one has pointed tips there. This one's a bit more rounded. Looking at the arms, that's where you can kind of see the differences. I think this one has more of a dark gray print for the crosses there versus the tan. And for the sleeves, it doesn't have that little black line that I pointed out earlier. On the back is the biggest difference, really, having the scorpion be a lot thinner on the older version, which is probably a bit more accurate and takes up less of the torso, so you can see more of the pattern everywhere. The sort of bottom of the jacket part has less lines than the older one, and this one does have an extra little bit of detail where the white parts of the jacket split in the movie, where there's a bit of brown in the seam, which the original one lacked. So there's some added details and some more simple details, so I would definitely say you can skip out on this one if you don't have it. You're not going to miss out on a whole bunch, but if you're a big Citizen Brick like historian and need it for your collection, it is different enough that you'd be able to tell the difference if you have them next to each other like I do here. And I'm hoping now that you can kind of see the differences, you can decide that you don't need to spend a ton of money getting this one. I do think for the torso alone, buying this figure is definitely worth it. You can always find a different head if you really want to. and switch out the hair piece. But with that being said, let's move on to some comparisons and the final verdict. So now that you've seen them side by side, what do I think? The old torso, does have some different details. So if you do have that one in your collection, it is going to be different enough that you can still get this one, have a very cool figure. This one also has some upgraded detailing, so it is really between the two. If you have one and you don't want the other, I think that is perfectly fine. Not going to have an issue there. But if you don't have the original, I think this is probably the version to go for, since it is going to be cheaper. And, the head and the hair, you could always switch those out. I think, honestly, with how expensive the older version of the jacket is on eBay in the aftermarket, getting this just for the torso alone is going to be, honestly, a pretty cool deal. Lots of great printing on there, on the arms, on the back as well, and even having the printed pair of legs, while I use the black one here because I think that might be a little bit more accurate to the movie. Just having a nice jean print is going to be pretty fun to have in your collection too, and pretty versatile. And having those, I just laid them out with some more kind of fitting characters in the slightly off-kilter and literally me crowd. I'm excited to check out these figures next to the new Patrick Bateman figure by Citizen Brick as well. It's great to expand my movie collection. I already did have this version of the Drive character, but having one available for everybody is great. This torso was one of my favorite parts by Citizen Brick, and it is nice to see it readily available for anybody that wants it. If you want to see more custom LEGO videos or Citizen Brick videos, check out all the videos on my channel. I've been Brick Radioth, and I'll see you in the next video.